Hello viewers, it's Super GT here. Welcome back to some more NASCAR spazzing out on the grid as we approach the start of a 18 lapper around Lime Rock Park. 23 drivers in a NASCAR lobby. I can't think of a bigger recipe for carnage. All the ingredients are there. As we go through turn 1, we've been smashed through the gap there, and somehow I'm going to go around the outside of this McDonald's NASCAR there, number 1 I believe, and we're through into 5th. Starting near enough at the back of the grid, we have somehow got through all of the carnage on turn 1 and are in a decent position as it stands right here. We can let everyone... Oh, actually, look at this. This guy is going to smash into that guy and then smash into the wall. Not a very good 3 seconds for him. Couldn't help but smash someone else off, then smash himself off. But I'm through past him, already into 3rd. It really is unbelievable how you can get up into 3rd that quickly after starting outside the top 15 just by, well, a bit of luck and just by avoiding everyone. We're going to move forward to lap number 3. Now the title of this video has got the word back markers in it. Lime Rock Park I always associate with back markers. It's a very short track, and especially when you're doing 18 laps you're going to come across some back markers. It adds another element into the racing. So as we are coming up to a couple of them here, they go wide, so those ones were pretty much plain sailing for me at this moment. And we have the leader of the race right in front of us, also in the number 11 Toyota Camry NASCAR. This was my favourite of the NASCARs. I do like the Chevy as well. I think this car has a bit more power down the straight, at least for the tune that I have. So through past that back mark into the final turn, we are right behind another FedEx Camry here. As we go into turn number 1, we have caught up with the leader after a couple of laps. Took us 4 or 5 laps here to catch up, make a bit of contact. I'm going to give him room there through this second turn as we approach the apex. I go a little bit too wide there, but going to come back to the left slightly to get a better run through the right hand there. Now coming up to, this is the tricky turn on the circuit, I think. Going into 3rd gear, let the car roll in on the entry, just graze the curb on the inside. It's the exit there where you're going to lose a lot of traction if you accelerate too much, and under braking I gain a lot of time there. He's got a poor run through the exit, and I've got the inside. He brakes very early and I've got the position. I've got 1st place there after 5 laps. We've got another 12 laps to go. The guy coming out of the pit lane, interestingly, there's no need to pit in this mode. The damage is not on. Fuel and tyre wear is not on. We've got a big collection of carnage about to happen here, and it does. He spun round. I've just managed to slow down in time. Just gave him a tap on the way past, but I didn't really do too much to him there. So moving forward to lap number 7, we've got another back marker here, lapping 11th place already. So he's going to go quite wide onto the grass. I'm going to think about a move. He's going to swerve all over the place. I'm resorting to going over the grass. I'm just worried that he's going to come and sideswipe me into that turn, but he doesn't, thankfully. So that was not the easiest back marker to pass by any means. And now we have a car between ourselves and this guy in 2nd place, which is always good news, because the gap is always going to get bigger because of that. So, end of lap number 7. We've gained a decent gap over 2nd. Actually, this guy is coming flying across the track. Luckily, I was scanning ahead there for trouble and just managed to recognise that one coming before I went into him. So coming up to lap 10th place now. Looking up the inside. Just going to be patient here though. Looking for a better line through the right-hander. He's going to go very, very narrow on the entry. Gives him a poor exit. And I'm through with a bit of a graze on the way past. But I am through. So that is 10th place laps now. A lot of back markers coming thick and fast in this race. It does make it very interesting. There was actually a big discussion on the Forza forums about whether or not you should ghost out back markers. In a race like this, of this length, I don't think you should. In a 3-lapper, maybe you should. It would be the more sensible option. But in an endurance race or a bit longer race like this, it does make sense to have the back markers there, to have to pass them on merit. So moving forward to lap number 10, we are past the halfway mark of the race, coming up to lap 6th position. So he's gone a little bit too wide there. So I'm going to get the momentum down the hill into the final turn, and that's quite an easy pass. We've got someone off there just up ahead. Is he going to be slow coming up the straight? He actually regains his speed, so I'm not going to be able to go past him into turn number 1, and I don't. So 13th here, we're going to lap him again, and coming through here, he turns in. I think I held my line quite perfectly there, and he kind of just pinned himself. But coming through turn number 2, I'm going to go past this guy in 5th, and he's just going to swipe me off. And he actually said on the mic, look, sorry, that was my fault. So, you know, fair enough, I'm not going to get too mad about that. It was an accident. Well, I mean, he could have been a lot more careful, but he did say sorry, I guess. So, no hard feelings at this point, but you would think that if I were to come back past him in a couple of laps' time, he would be try to be careful for the second time round. So 15th, they're going very slowly. That might be the second or third time I've lapped him, and we've only done 11.5 laps. It's coming through turn number 2, trying to get to the left-hand side here before we enter turn 3, and this back marker is all over the place. We've gone around the outside of him, and here we are going to catch up with the guy in 5th once again, the guy who tapped us wide a couple of laps ago. So going over the crest into the fast-flowing right-hander here. He's going to get a poor exit over the grass. He's very slow, so I'm going to go up the inside. Fair enough move, and he's going to swipe across, and he's going to go for a lunge of the century. It hasn't come off, and then just to rub it in, he's piled me off on the exit of the turn. Now here's the funny thing, on the mic he said that was my fault. He said, that one's on you, Super GT, that was your fault. So we're going to go back and look at that again. This is from his point of view. I cannot believe he actually said that that was my fault. First things first, he's already hit me off. So, you know, he should try to be a bit more nice to me this time, especially as I'm the leader. And his one golden rule in motorsport, I mean, what is he thinking here? He's 4 wheels off the circuit against the leader of the race who he has already hit off, and yet this is somehow my fault. That is really the logic of your standard Forza driver, it seems. And then on the exit there, he couldn't control his car, so he actually smashed me off even more. So plenty of reasons why that wasn't my fault, that was his fault. I mean, the fact that he was all 4 wheels off the circuit trying to pass the leader who had just passed him, you just don't do that in motorsport. If the leader comes past you, you just let him go and try to keep up with him at least, because he can perhaps drag you along. Eventually I did catch up with him there and go past him. I was thinking he was going to go for a lunge again into this final turn, but he didn't, because he was a bit too far back that time. But yeah, it is unbelievable. The way that some people do blame others, that is in no way my fault. It's quite incredible that he just went for that kind of lunge against the leader as well. But moving forward, we're not going to worry about that, because we are still in the lead here, coming up to lap number 12 or 12th position once again. So just going to be very patient here. If there's nowhere to pass, there's nowhere to pass. You can't really force the issue too much. So coming around the outside here, he's going to come across. I'm just going to resort to the grass, and I'm just going to... I don't want to go around that corner with him on the inside, so I'm just going to give him that position there. I'm just going to give him the room. I like to treat backmarkers as, let's say, a hostage taker. If there's a hostage taker in real life, you'd be very calm and you give them all the demands that they want. You go, okay, yeah, you have that, you have the space, you have that. What you don't do is get very aggressive with them, because that only makes it worse. So coming through here on lap 15, I do make quite a bit of an error there, going wide and moving ahead to a bit further around the lap. We're catching up with this guy once again. He's going to try and pin me against the wall. Obviously not happy with me for some reason, but I do get through eventually. Not too much time lost actually from that one. That's the advantage of having a wall there actually. Sometimes you can get smashed into the wall, but you know, you kind of glance off the wall and it doesn't really harm you too much. Going back past 11th position here into turn 1. Got the move done quite safely there. 14th position here. Coming up to lap him maybe second or third time. Wait for him to go a little bit too wide, and we threw on the exit with superior power. And then we move to the final lap of the race, lap 18 of 18. It's taken about 15 minutes to get to this point. I'm going to tap this car ever so slightly wide. I felt a little bit guilty about that, so I let him back past. But he, for some reason, just has to hit me on the way past. I don't know why. Perhaps he thought I was doing that on purpose, but you know, sometimes accidents do happen. And, well, he's kind of swerved across there. Had to back out of that one completely. It's all over the road. And coming up the crest. Just going to have to be ever so patient with this guy. Clearly he doesn't want to take the best lines really at all. So I do eventually go past there. I was scared that he was going to go for a lunge of the century once again into the final turn, but he didn't, and we are through safely, and we're going to win the race. Second place wasn't too far behind, maybe just a couple of seconds there at the end. It was quite a weird race where I was typically faster, but then I'll get caught again when a back marker would ram me off, and that back marker ran me off there for some reason, even though I finished the race. And there are the final standings. So a couple of guys there still on laps 16 and 17, 2 laps behind. But that is going to round off the video. Let me know your thoughts on that incident, whether or not it was my fault or not. Well, if you think that was my fault, then I think you need to take your medicine. But that is all for me today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. As always, sub for more if you like this video, and hit that like button as well. And I shall see you next time. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.